Hello everybody, this is Attorney Jesus Martinez, and today I want to discuss how to properly fill out the DACA application. It's the I-821D form. I suggest you go on the USCIS website and download the most recent one just because they update them and they expire. So let's get right to it. This first part right here, sorry about that. This first part right here, to be completed by an attorney or accredited rep. If you don't have an attorney, don't worry about this form. If you do have an attorney, they know what to put here. Part 1, at the moment, USCIS is not processing initial requests. So at the moment, 2019, April, if you're filling this out, it's most likely because you're renewing. So you would select here. In addition, you would put the date that your DACA expires. In order to get that information, you can look at one of your USCIS notices that they sent to you, as well as if you look on your work permit, you will find the date and you can put that specific date. Your full name, the name as it appears on your work permit, your US mailing address, where do you receive mail? For some people, they may live in one location but receive mail at a P.O. box. For here, you put the address where you receive mail. Are you now or have you ever been in removal proceedings, or do you have a removal order issued against you? If you don't know what this is, it likely doesn't apply to you. If you've ever been at immigration court, if you've ever been in front of an immigration judge, then likely this applies to you. If you're not sure, it likely doesn't. If you have concerns about this, ask an immigration attorney. These follow-up questions right here deal with if you answered yes, you would put if you are currently in proceedings, if it was terminated, you had a final order, other, etc. The next part on page 2, it asks for your A number. You would put your A number here. The A number can be found on your work permit, as well as any notification that USCIS sent you. US Social Security number, it would be your US social number. Just look at your card. Date of birth, month, day, year, format. Gender, your city, town, village of birth, your country of birth, current country of residence, where you currently live, US. Country of citizenship, if you were born in Mexico, you would put Mexico. Whatever country you were born in, that's the country you would put. Marital status, married, widowed, single, divorced. If you're living with someone but not legally married, you are considered single. Other names used, if you ever use any other alias, your maiden name, etc., you would put that information here. Ethnicity, Hispanic or Latino, not Hispanic or Latino. If you are Hispanic or Latino, for the next question about race, you would put that you are white. For height, you would put how tall you are in terms of feet and inches. You can find this information on your license. Your weight, how many pounds you weigh. Your eye color, black, brown, etc. Your hair color, it's the hair color you currently have. So if you are a brunette but you dye your hair blonde, then you would put the color blonde because that's what it is at the moment. The next question: have you continuously been residing in the U.S. since at least June 15, 2007? Oftentimes it's yes. If it's no for you, I would definitely speak with an immigration attorney just because it may impact you. But for an overwhelming majority of the people, it's going to be yes. So your residence and travel information. So it's straightforward. Where is your present address? You put that information here: street number, apartment, city, state, zip code, and then how long have you been living at that address? Then you would go in reverse chronological order. So before whatever date this was, you would put that information there, and so forth. This next information is for the travel history. If you've ever departed, you would put that information here. If you ever had advanced parole, you would select this. Although advanced parole is no longer being offered, it may be the case that you got advanced parole before, they took that away. If you have a passport, you put that information here, the country that issued your passport, passport number, expiration date. If you don't have it, it's fine. You can just put non-applicable. for initial requests only. This doesn't apply to renewals, so you skip that part. Same thing right here. All of this information right here about the I-94, that only applies to initials, as well as your education information, military service information. That all applies to initial renewals. The next part does apply to renewals, and although for most people the answer will be no to these, if there is a yes, you should definitely speak with an immigration attorney. So the first one asks, have you ever been arrested for, charged with, or convicted of a felony or misdemeanor in the US? That is different from infractions, at least in California. In California, you have infractions like traffic incidents, speeding tickets, etc. And for felony or misdemeanors, that's where the crime is a bit more serious. If you have ever been arrested, charged, or convicted of a crime, definitely speak with an immigration attorney. The reason is that for some crimes, let's say for individuals that are applying to become a legal permanent resident, some crimes are different for DACA. So although if you're trying to become a legal permanent resident and a certain crime would not affect you, it may affect you for renewing your deferred action. So if it's a yes to this, speak with an immigration attorney. Have you ever been arrested for, charged with, or convicted of a crime in any country other than the US? Most oftentimes no. Have you ever engaged in, or do you continue to engage in, or plan to engage in terrorist activities? Again, usually no. Are you now, or have you ever been a member of a gang? Usually no. Have you ever engaged in, ordered, incited, assisted, or otherwise participated in any of the following: killing somebody, torturing, injuring, sexually abusing someone, recruiting someone under the age of 15 for the armed forces? Again, usually the response is going to be no. If it is a no, then that's fine. You have nothing to worry about. If there is a yes to any of these questions, speak with an attorney. Pretty much that is the meat of it. That's the substance. The last part just has information about your interpreter, your preparer, and asks for your signature. This right here, I can read and understand English. If that applies to you, yes. If you do not understand English, then you would select this box and you would put the language that the interpreter helped you in. You sign, you date your signature, you put your contact information here, your phone number, email address. Then the interpreter would fill out this portion: their name, business or org name, their mailing address, their phone number, their contact information. They would certify that they are fluent in both English and the Spanish, that they're fluent in English and the language that they communicated this form to you. They would date it and sign it. The information for the preparer is pretty much similar to the interpreter. It has the name, contact information, telephone number, email, and then they would sign. And then the last part just has your name, your A number, and if there is any portion that you need to explain something, you can explain it in these sections by putting the page number, the part number, and the item number. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please let me know.